Hey folks, BoDean 52, hope you are well. In today's video, I'm going to go over 3 cosmetic, non-performance items that I have done to my Harley Davidson touring motorcycle that have made my life a whole lot easier. Okay, the first non-performance item that I put on the bike is having a new windshield. This happens to be a 2024 Road Glide, and it came with a 9-inch windshield that looked amazing and blocked 0 wind. And if you're touring, to me, you want a windshield. Now, some would say this is a grandfather windshield. This happens to be a 13-inch Freedom Shield. I have always been a fan of another type of windshield that I got away from last year when I put this Freedom Shield on, just because it doesn't have any blur spots in it at all. A lot of guys say, man, this thing is tall. But if you look at this thing, the dashboard is right up here. So it's really not as it appears. And I got to tell you, I have rode with this. This is a medium tint, 13.5-inch Freedom Shield. I have taken some long rides with this windshield, and I am extremely happy. Best one I've ever had on any of my motorcycles. So to me, number one has been loving having this windshield, and it's going to stay on my bike. Number two is a cell phone. Now, I know many people don't like having a cell phone on their bike, but some do. I will tell you, I ride with a phone out probably 75-80% of the time. So let me show you 3 or 4 that I have used on all of my motorcycles, including my Road King, over the years and what I have settled on so far. So let's start with a Ciro phone holder. I have had this phone holder, I would say 7 or 8 years. It's been off my bikes for a couple years. I've always loved this phone holder just because you can, not do this one-handed very well, slide your phone down in there and lock it up, and the thing will not move, and I've always been a fan of that. So with the Ciro, and this is a debate one way or the other if you like it or not, if you're going to have a phone. This is actually a perch mount, so your phone is sitting up high. I actually do like that. It's a lot and kind of in your face, but it is definitely easy to change a channel, look at directions if you're riding, or if you're going to make a change at any type of stoplight. Of course, you wouldn't want to do that while you're riding. This is a really good option. Haven't used it for years, but I got to tell you what, I'm tempted. So the second one, and actually had a company, this is called JoyRoom, sent this to me, I don't know, a couple years back, and it really is a good mount for a company that's not that well known, and I really have liked this. That is more of a clip on the bar type thing, and has a little device here that you put in to be able to lock this thing down, just so nobody can take it. I have never put this on my Road Glide or my other touring motorcycles, and I rarely use a phone, maybe 10% of the time, on my 2000 Road King Classic. But if I do, I will throw this mount right here, and it really gives me an option to see the phone if that's what I want. Most of the time, it's in the bag. But I'll tell you what, this thing is relatively inexpensive, and I'll leave a link to this and all of these, as well as videos I did on them in the past, in the description so you can check them out yourself. The third one, and I was convinced that this was going to be it, that I would never go away from a different phone mount, and this is a Clockworks phone mount, and I have had this, I don't know, just about a year, and have had it on my bike. Now, a lot of people use this, and a lot of people love it, and let me just get this open for you and show you what we got in here. And it is a lot like this Ciro that sits up in its perch mounting, and it is really this simple. So let's walk over to the bike and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Same perch mount, And this actually has a magnet that you put on the back of your phone case, which I like, not having to use a certain phone case. And it magnetizes on there. And I got to tell you what, it is hard to get it off. Now, it comes with a little tether that you can put on here if you feel like maybe it's going to drop. I know a couple folks that have these and they swear it never moves. And I love this thing. There's no way I'm going to put a tether on it. And I just can't get over the fact that there's really nothing other holding on my phone that's, what, $600-700 nowadays. There's just no way that I can continue to use this. So where I have landed is on a quad lock. These things have been really, really good, and I am very confident in the quad lock. Now, there is, when you order this, it does not come with this here, and I'm going to show you kind of how I mount this thing on the bike. It does come with this. I think they call it a dampener. And again, I have a video and a lot of information in the description on this thing. It really, really is solid and gives you a lot of options. The one thing I don't like is you have to use their case. And a lot of them, I know the chief competitor to the quad lock is the same way. I just like having my case, but I have to change it out basically when I get on the bike if I'm going to have the phone out. So let me show you how this works. So how I have this mounted on the bike is I just go ahead and grab the bar with it here, and then the back of the quad lock case just goes onto here, which is almost impossible to do one-handed. So let me get it on there. So you can have the phone upright like this, which does hide a little bit of the dash depending on where you mount it, or how I actually like to mount mine is just to go ahead and turn it sideways a little bit. Still see everything great, still see the dash, and it's kind of out of the way. What I probably should do, especially because I have Apple Carplay, is put the darn thing in there and just ride, baby. So number 3, which I love the most, is a simple one. It is this nice little device right here that fools the motorcycle so that you can have CarPlay. That's right. You've probably heard it by now. And again, I'll leave links in a video in for this. But having CarPlay lets you keep that phone right there in there if that's what you want. Okay, so no phone connected. Nothing's connected to the bike. We'll go ahead and turn the on switch on. We are also we'll go through the little Harley Davidson stuff. We're gonna put my phone on. There's my third Harley Davidson. She's a 105-pound chocolate lab, 16 months. Her name is Harley, of course, right? And as we go ahead and get the phone fired up and the motorcycle gets fired up, it is automatically gonna move over to Apple CarPlay. Check this out. This happens to be Waze, and these are all of, any directions or place that you want to put it. I'm just gonna pick one. Let's pick Epley's Airfield in Omaha, Nebraska. Check that out.
Let's take I-94 West and I-80 West. This route is 93 minutes faster than US 24 West, I-80 West.
It's only 700 miles, 9.52 hours, and I'll be there by 3 o'clock today, or that's 3 o'clock in the morning if I leave right now. This to me has been the most fantastic thing because I don't need the phone. I can adapt to the radio, and I have directions wherever I want to go. And I'll tell you what, I almost bought this bike just for this, in the dash. But I'll tell you what, you can't go wrong with this. So those are the 3 non-performance changes that I've made to the motorcycle that I love the most. The windshield, the phone options, phone case options and mounting, and then of course, that easy way to be able to have CarPlay on your motorcycle. Hope that helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave some comments. What are the 3 things that you've done to your motorcycle that are non-performance that you love the most? And should we really keep the phone back there? Yeah, we probably should. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you checking us out. I will be posting a video next week that will talk about the 3 performance changes that I made to this motorcycle that I simply love. You all be safe out there and check on a friend. Bye-bye.
I love you all like I love Michigan.